who's getting to interested in getting to know you past that surface level, past just all of the sparkly bits. So I do think that you're coming through as a very attractive person, so that might be something that has drawn people to you in the past. Your physical appearance may have gotten attention from people in the past, but then I think you've seen that maybe the relationship didn't develop into anything quite as deep and substantial as you might have wanted. So you're looking for something really authentic now. I do think that like when it comes to sacrificing yourself and parts of yourself, that is really a thing of the past. It's with this cognizance card here and this curiosity, I can tell that you have taken a lot of time to understand yourself. So it feels like you've really been on a journey of self-growth and improvement and really understanding who you are, what you want, what you're looking for in a relationship, what you value in your partner, and what you want your partner to see and value in you. And it's like you're just becoming more aware of all of this stuff. So, um, it's like you're not going to be putting up with anything less than this. If the relationship feels superficial, I don't think it's going to be for you. I don't think you're going to be interested in it at this point. What I love about this is it looks like not only have you been in deep thought about who you are and about what you want to experience in romance, but it's also there's a feeling of curiosity here. It's like you've stayed really curious and really open to yourself and to discovering who you are. I think that you've been super open to the idea of personal growth and to the idea of evolution in general. So you're probably going to be looking for somebody who is interested in self-development, self-improvement, who's interested in growing and changing and developing themselves in some way. I feel like you're not going to be all that interested if your partner is very surface level, like if they're just a very pretty face, but there's no substance behind the face. I don't think that's going to interest you at all going forward. Um, I think that what is beautiful about this and what you probably want a future partner to see and appreciate about you is that you're somebody who's never too proud to examine your own feelings, to examine your actions, maybe the way that you've behaved in past situations or relationships, and to find areas where you can make those improvements or adjustments. So, this is something that's bringing you closer to living your authentic truth. So that's probably the most important thing I'm taking away from this is that you're going to be looking for somebody that is living their authentic truth as well, who can see that you're living your truth, who can see that truth in you, can really pick up on the true essence of who you are, and who allows you to see that part of them as well. So it's looking like a deep connection is what you're after here. No, no superficial nonsense, and really like this card shows these masks here. It's like no more masks. Like you want your mask to fall away if you've worn one in the past in past relationships, and you want this person to come to you um showing their true selves, showing their selves behind the mask that they might wear in public or in a professional setting. You want to connect with this person in a way that's unique to your relationship. With this Justice card, like I was saying before, it feels like a really good balance of your mental energy and your more like feeling more intuitive energy. It's kind of illustrated here with these cards, this cognizance card being balanced on this side with this curiosity. So it's like you do have this intuitive side to yourself. You do have this way of feeling your way through things. You're feeling your way into your next relationship, or you're feeling your way into improving a current relationship or a relationship that you would like to explore again. But you are being very logical about this, and it's really beautiful to see that balance, because it's not all about heart feelings and swishy feelings and just moving forward into something that might not be that stable or that you didn't think about. But you've thought this through, and I think you really thought through who you are, which is the most important thing, because you're going to recognize when someone comes into your life that is a fit with that. That's a perfect match with that. That's a perfect balance with who you are. Um, yeah, you're definitely somebody who's done the work on themselves. And I think another thing that's really important and kind of jumping out to me is like I think your attitude going into your next connection is not that you're looking for perfection. It's not like this person has to be um, perfect, that they have to be fully evolved, that they have to be fully healed. They don't have to have every single thing like perfectly in order, because I think that there's a realistic nature that comes with this kind of deep thought that you've put into this. It's not like you're looking for perfection, but you are looking for someone who's interested in communication, who's interested in trying, who's interested in growth, who's willing to show you their genuine heart. So it's more about a willingness. It's about a willingness to grow and improve. It's about a willingness to connect. That's what you're looking for. And that's that balance. That's why you're showing up as justice. So you're going into your next connection very balanced and very thoughtful. And I think that that's really, really beautiful. So, okay. This is really beautiful energy. I will say that there could be a little bit of a challenge here for you with this new connection that's coming into your life, or this past connection that's going to be coming in a brand new way. So let's talk a little bit about who this person might be and kind of like what's going on here. Like I was saying, you have been manifesting this, and I think that it has required a lot of growth on your part. With this forgiveness card coming out, it just shows me that there's been some stuff that you had to go through. There's been some things you had to work through and some barriers that you had to break down, and maybe some forgiveness that you had to bring to past connections in order to move forward. Maybe forgiveness that you have to bring to this particular connection in order for you to move forward, because it's hard to move forward in a new way with someone if you're holding on to the old feelings about what happened. So it looks like you have done this work, or you're in the process of doing this work so that you can show up as your authentic self, so you can be your true self. I feel like this is a matter for some of you as not showing up to a connection with a lot of resentment, with a lot of like baggage, for lack of a better word. You're showing up kind of having cleared away that energy, which is allowing you to be more present, to be more you, to show the parts of you that like that you want to show and express, the parts of you that are beautiful and that are wonderful and that are light. So in previous relationships, it might have been that there was this heavy energy over the entire connection. So you're showing up to this new connection really relieved of all of that. So, looking at who this person may be, I do think that this is another person who is a powerful manifester. So, I think the two of you are going to see eye to eye when it comes to really choosing, like selecting what you want out of your life and what you want out of your connection. So, this is someone who's going to have their goals in mind. They're going to probably be able to sit down with you and talk about what they want to see happen in the next year, or where they want to be 5 years from now, or something like that. These are the kind of conversations you can have with this person, because they're going to be meeting you right where you are in this place of development and creation, and really being deliberate about your actions. I do think too, this person might be somebody who has been through past hurts or disappointments when it comes to romantic relationships. This might even be the person who you experience these hurts and disappointments with, because I feel that forgiveness coming through on both sides. So this is something the two of you are going to be able to relate to, or this might be mutual forgiveness. This might be the two of you really forgiving each other for not being true to yourselves in your previous connection, in the previous version of this connection. Maybe the two of you weren't true to yourselves. Maybe you weren't completely open and honest. And now you're coming to this with just a more deliberate energy. I think in a more like more of a need for there to be a collaborative energy. Like I feel like for some of you, it might have felt like you two were enemies at one point, or you felt like that in past relationships. And this relationship feels more like a collaboration. I do want to talk about this Nine of Wands here, because I think that this really talks about this, like this energy of wanting to be true and authentic. The Nine of Wands in its upright position would really show me a lot of boundaries, which sometimes can be healthy boundaries, a lot of boundaries and restrictions around the person, around you or your person. But this card is showing up in reverse, and it's really just telling me that these walls that have been built up, and I almost want to think of this as as the masks that we were talking about before. If you think about this boundary here as a mask, as like a barrier, the barrier has now come down. This card's in the reverse position. So I think that both of you are going to realize that in previous relationships, you may have worn a bit of a mask. You may have played a part, played a character, not shown your authentic self. And this could be because of insecurities. This could be your own choice, or it could be something that you felt like was imposed upon you, like a relationship where you just weren't free to be yourself and you weren't free to speak your truth. But with this person, you're not going to have those boundaries up. It's like all the walls are coming down and there's a definite connection between the two of you. Not only that, there is, like I was saying before, a collaborative energy. There's like this feeling that the two of you are going to work really well together. And that can mean so many different things. That can mean that your relationship works well together and is harmonious. Your communication is great. I think the two of you are going to value each other, value each other's opinions. And I think what's like standing out to me the most is that I think that the two of you are going to be different in many ways and similar in many ways. But I think that what's beautiful about this is your differences are going to be the things that you really love and appreciate about each other. You're going to listen to each other. You're going to take each other's advice to heart. You're going to just really value the opinion of this person, and they're going to value your opinion as well. So this is someone that you, even if you're in completely different fields, I think this is someone that you'll find yourself wanting to like discuss with them what happened during the day, or if you're having a problem that you can't figure out, they're going to be someone you want to bounce ideas off of, run things by. The two of you are going to work very well together by having different strengths and really kind of lean and depend on each other to exercise that strength. You know, it's like one of you, this is just a silly example, but one of you might be really good at math and the other might be really good at communication. So if one of you has like a math equation that you can't solve, you know, you can always go to that person. And it's like you benefit from having them in your life, because when you run across a really difficult math problem that you had never been able to tackle on your own, now you have this person in your life that can really help you, guide you, and show you how to find the answer, and vice versa. So it's like it's a real feeling of working together and of like, I want to say it's like community, which is kind of odd. So this might be somebody that you meet through, like through your community or through a shared interest or a group. Um, yeah, I'm getting more of a feeling like a group, like something where a lot of different people could come together and they could have different strengths and different interests and they relate on this one level, but they like come from different worlds and different backgrounds. So yeah, I think that this person is going to offer you a lot and you're going to offer them a lot and you're both going to see that in each other. So I think that's like, that's really, really beautiful. Um, Really what I'm seeing here is that you really like held on to kind of this vision, like this thing that you were manifesting, and I think this person was manifesting you as well. So that is, it's like that's a very sweet feeling to feel like the two of you are manifesting each other into each other's lives. So it's definitely mutual and again collaborative. It's like I think when the two of you talk, you're going to find that you were working on this project together, like this project of coming together. You were working on this together long before you knew that you actually had a partner in this. And there is this feeling with this Four of Crystals that you both have really held on to your vision and you really maintained this vision. So this is someone who can definitely stick with something for like the long haul. They might have been manifesting this relationship into their lives for quite a while. And it's like the two of you are waiting for this to blossom. So this is someone who was manifesting and who is patient and who wasn't willing to accept less than what they were bringing into their lives. This person may very well be an earth sign. So this might be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, because there's so much earth energy coming through for this person. But with the magician, as you probably know, like in the traditional tarot, the imagery shows all of the elements because it's about kind of using all of the resources that are at our disposal to create what we want in our lives. So it really leaves it pretty open, but I am getting a strong earth energy from all of these crystal cards that came through here. So this person might have strong earth placements. I think that there is a certain stability to them as comes with earth energy. There's a certain stability to them, and that might be why they're coming through this way. And I think that stability is really, um, it's really about letting this slowly unfold. I feel like this person is very skilled at manifestation, whether they know that and use that sort of language or not. And they've really been letting this unfold for them, maybe for quite some time. So they're a very patient person. They'll be very patient with you. Um, with this first quarter moon energy, I do feel like this is like the reason that your commitment is being tested in this can actually be I can actually read this a couple of different ways. So the first way that I'll read this is that you might, let me think of how to say, I guess what I want to say is you might have to kiss a couple of frogs. So when waiting for this connection to come in, you might talk to or go out on dates with some people that just simply do not match what you were manifesting. And that's okay. I think that that is really just a way to show you some contrast to kind of test your vision here and test how committed you are to your vision. So if you do run across that before this comes in, that's okay. And you can say this isn't that's not what I ordered. I mean, with all love and respect, if this person isn't meeting you and isn't matching you, it's fine for you to say, that's not what I ordered, and I am committed to this vision that I'm holding. And the beautiful thing is, this person that's coming into your life is so committed to their vision too. So you're not in this alone. So that might be what the issue is. It might be that you find yourself kind of communicating with people that just aren't being authentic. I think that with this fear card here, it can bring up a little bit of fear in you because you might be thinking like, what if I give up on this thing here, even though I know it's not right, and nothing better comes in? So you're definitely going to be tested in that way, while this relationship is coming into fruition. You might find yourself being tested, and it's like imagine you're at a restaurant and you ordered a soup and they bring you a salad, and you might think, well, maybe I should just stick with the soup because what if I tell them that this isn't what I ordered? Wait, did I say you ordered the soup? I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. Okay, you ordered the soup, they brought you a salad, and there might be a part of you that's thinking, let me just stick with this salad, because if I tell them that I actually wanted the soup, they might not bring me anything at all. But I think that there is a part of this that's sort of a lesson. Like, it's fine to say that that's not what I ordered, and it's absolutely okay to believe that what you ordered will be coming in. So when that fear crops up that you might be missing out on something, the advice here is to stay, keep with your vision. Now, the other way that I can interpret this is, and this sounds crazy, like this is something we all do, but it sounds really weird when you put it into words. I think that there is the potential that when you meet this person, a lot of fear is going to come up because of how perfect they are, because of how spot on they manifested. Like, you're going to then see how accurate and how precise, how laser focused your manifestation is. And I do feel like for some of you that might scare you. And it's also like a little bit scary for you to come out of the shadows. You see the way that she's peeking out like this. So this is taking me back to that imagery of like dropping the mask and being your authentic self. She is maybe a little bit hesitant to show her true self, even though that might be what she wanted to do all along. So I just feel like, as crazy as it sounds to get scared when you receive exactly what you asked for, that might be something that comes up for you. And I think it's something you're just going to push through, because it feels a little bit uncomfortable when we change. Like, this is going to be a new sort of relationship for you, and it feels uncomfortable when we make those kind of shifts. With this new moon and Aries energy, though, this is like definitely telling me you need to stick with this. You need to stick with your manifestation, and that potentially when this person shows themselves, you might need to take action and be a little bit more forward than you typically would to let them know that this is what you want. Now, this could also be your person's energy, that they are very forward. So if you don't feel like like that's your role to play. If that's not your typical energy, if being forward and being like straightforward with this person about how you feel is not gonna happen, then your person very well could be an Aries or another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, that really just dives in and is very forthcoming with their feelings. This feels like a relationship that's going to definitely move. So I don't think that there's not going to be a lot of stagnation in this relationship. I think it's going to be potentially slow and steady with all this earth energy here, but it's not going to be a relationship that you wonder about, that just stops altogether. There's definitely going to be forward momentum here. And really what all of that leads to is this romance card, which is like what you would want it to lead to. Like if you're having to go through all of this, you're having to change, you're having to hold to this vision. And I think when you break through that fear and when you really kind of like survive these tests, and I don't want you to feel like you're going to be tested and like this is going to be so hard, but I think whenever we're changing, there is kind of an element of like, are you going to fall back into your old habits or are you going to do this new thing? And I think what you're doing is this new thing, and what it's leading to for you is romance. So, that's kind of beautiful. I'm kind of picking up on the energy of like a dark-haired person. So the person coming in, I be a dark-haired person. I think you're mainly going to recognize them by their energy. It's like a very calm energy, and it's that earth energy, that grounded energy. And if this person by chance is also very forward and direct, or that shows some kind of like ability to pursue things in their lives, that's going to be that's like a surefire way for you to recognize that this is the person, because they might be somebody who's like an earth sign with a fire sign moon. There's something about them. It's like they've got this fire that's maybe a little bit beneath the surface. It might not be something that comes out right away or that is shown in every aspect of what they do in their life, but it's definitely present. Okay, happiness is my birthright. You know what, you guys? This is absolutely the perfect card, the perfect affirmation, the perfect advice for you to take through, take with you through this process. Because I think that this manifestation energy is really just that. What's going to help you hold to this vision and kind of get through this test of your commitment is just knowing that whoa, I wish that had been on camera because that card flew out. Like it almost took my face off. So whatever this is, I'll flip it over in a second. You were meant to know it. What's going to help you hold to this vision is just knowing that whatever you are manifesting is like, it is your right. It is your birthright to have this beautiful connection in your life. It's your birthright to be authentic and to have somebody be authentic with you and to really love each other in this true and real way. And knowing that, I really want you to repeat that. Make that your mantra. Write that down. Like, know that this is your birthright, that this is absolutely what you deserve, and you don't have to be afraid. Oneness is my true nature. So this is just going back to like that's what we've been talking about. Your true nature, and you showing your true nature, your true authentic self. That is what this relationship is going to be about. It's going to be about truth. It's going to be about openness, and it is going to be about the two of you kind of coming together and feeling like you are one. We have, I am the loving energy of the universe. These are all just beautiful messages for you to take with you. I am unapologetic about what I desire, yes, and trust that trust that what I focus on will grow. This is that is manifestation right there. So yes, holding to this vision, I feel like these messages are really coming through too as a place, kind of letting you know like where this person is mentally, and they're in this spot too. They're in this manifestation energy. They're in this place of being dedicated to this vision that they have and not giving up on that for anything. and knowing that like when you're focusing on the beautiful connection and on finding somebody who really is everything that you asked for and who's bringing in this stable energy, that's what's going to grow and appear in your life, and that's what's going to help you drop the fear, because practice makes perfect. Sorry, I can't speak. So as you practice this energy and as you practice bringing these things into your life, you're going to get better and better at it. um yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there. This is what's coming next for you in love. Number one, this is actually a really beautiful reading. um Again, remember this: happiness is my birthright. So don't drop that vision. If this is what's going to make you happy, is if this is what you want, and this could be something you want out of a person who's already in your life and they're not showing up this way, you stick with that idea of what you want and you focus on that more than anything else. And I think you're going to bring some beautiful things into your life. So I will leave this reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you liked this reading, if it resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. And I will hopefully see you again really soon in another reading. Bye. Hi, number two, if you picked the apple, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out what is next for you in love. So let's jump right into your oracle cards. Before we get into what's coming next, I want to look at where you are right now. So kind of get some of your current energy and figure out how you're going to be approaching this next relationship that comes into your life. So we have Unfinished Symphony. Okay, that's kind of a powerful way to start this reading. We have eudaimonia, perspective, and for your tarot card, we have the Queen of Swords. So you are coming through as the Queen of Swords. Um, okay, with this Unfinished Symphony card, this won't resonate for everyone because some of you are looking for a brand new connection. But for some of you, this really is a relationship in your life that you feel like it didn't, like it wasn't finished, like it wasn't complete, like something was incomplete about it. You didn't get the closure that you need. So this might be a relationship that you are just looking for a bit of closure, or this could be a relationship where you're looking really for the relationship to come back together again. So this might be something that you're still wanting in your life. Um, this also for some of you is maybe a connection that never quite got off the ground. So it never got anywhere. Like something you saw, there was so much potential and it just didn't go anywhere. And that might be this next connection in your life. These kind of things that feel like they stopped short, that feel like something was left undone, like something needs to be said, something needs to be completed, or like, let's see where this can go. For others of you, if this is not a past connection or a connection that just barely got started and you feel like it had so much potential but it didn't go anywhere, this really could be the way that you're feeling and approaching your love life in general. So this could be um, like you may have found yourself in a place of a lot of hopelessness when it comes to this connection in general. Like you may have looked at your love life in general at times like, oh, I give up. Like this isn't working for me. This isn't for me. And you just really felt pretty down about it, pretty hopeless about it. But with this card showing up, that really tells me that there's a part of you that still really believes this, like that believes that there's still hope for you, that still believes that like it's not over for you. Like if things didn't work out in the past, it's not over for you. So I love that energy because there's a couple different ways it can manifest. This energy could be something like this is how you feel now. You feel like it's not over for you, but there was a time when you truly felt like it was, and now you're just in this place of pure positivity. This could also be that you kind of fluctuate. Like sometimes you feel like you're doomed when it comes to your love life, and then other times you're like, no, this can still happen, or you see a little glimmer of hope. So this is a really hopeful kind of energy. It's the energy that there's something basically, I'm getting that feeling like something can be resuscitated. So it'll just be different for everybody. You take it as it resonates. Something can be resuscitated here, whether that's your belief in your love life in general or a past relationship that fell apart. Something you're approaching your love life with the energy of like, there's still hope for this. Okay, love that. I really do love that. This card too is a number 10. The 10s, as we know, are about completion. They're about the end of a cycle. So a lot of things can be closing out for you here. Maybe even feeling like your love life isn't working out in your favor. Maybe even that cycle is closing out for you, but you're coming to a place of completion, whether that's completion when it comes to being at a distance from somebody or not being in communication with someone. There is a feeling of things wrapping up and completion. Then we move over to eudaimonia, which is a number 9, which nines can be a lot about completion as well. They're about really moving into that final cycle. Like it's like you're done. It's like you've reached some certain level, but there's still a little bit more to go. So there is kind of a feeling of some level of completion, of like graduating to the next level with these things. Now let's talk about this eudaimonia card. Basically, this card talks about filling areas with positive energy, and these are areas that once held a lot of negative energy. So think about this in terms of vibration. Like if there was an area that was very low vibe, like a room that just feels yucky, and then we come in and we fill it with new energy. We open the curtains, we let some light in, we light some candles, we get a good scent going in there, we switch the mood up. That's kind of the feeling of this card. So there is a feeling, and it's really tying in with this unfinished symphony. In fact, there's just a super clear message coming through for you in general that your attitude toward your love life or toward a specific connection, a specific romantic connection, your attitude toward it is changing. It's shifting to a more positive place. So you are in a positive mindset. You're in the mindset of moving forward, of looking forward. If you're not thinking you're in this place yet, this is kind of like where you're going. So you may have arrived at this place or you might be in the process here, but I think you'll know if this is your reading, if you even feel that bit of fluctuation. Like if you're even like, you felt so negatively about this, you thought the worst about this connection or about this person, and now you find yourself not feeling like that all the time. If you even sense that little bit of a shift in you, then this is definitely for you. But something's changing and you're looking at it in a more positive light. This perspective card can really talk about the same exact thing. So there is a clear message coming through that you are looking at things more positively. I just want to draw your attention to the energy of this Queen of Swords. You see how she's sitting. You see how she's looking forward. She's sitting up straight. There is an energy of positivity here. Whatever she's gazing at out in the distance is not something that she's afraid of. It's not something that she is feeling defeated by. It's not something that feels like it has a bad negative energy coming toward her. No, it's not like that at all. This is like something she feels very positive, very confident, and very hopeful about. So you are this Queen of Swords here. You are this energy of, I feel like I may have said Queen of Wands earlier. Did I say that? I'm not sure, but if I did, I apologize. And Queen of Swords, you are this energy. You are this confident energy. I feel like that might be a shift for you. Like, if you haven't been in this confident place, this is really exciting for you to be looking at your love life and looking at your romantic connections in this more positive way. So this perspective card really talks a lot about that. So with this card, this is what I want you to think about. All of us always have the choice. We can either have low vibrational thoughts, have thoughts that don't feel good, whatever kind of terminology you want to use about this. You can have thoughts that negatively impact you, that make you feel worse. That's your choice, and it's an option. You can have those, and you can allow yourself to dwell there. You can allow yourself to live there. You can allow yourself to marinate in that, or you can make the choice to shift your thoughts to meet your higher vibration. Like, you can make the choice to notice when a thought doesn't match the way you would like to feel and shift that. And that's all about perspective in order to do that. Um, you can have those same thoughts. Like, it's not like you're going to reach a point where you never have a negative thought. We all have them. You can have the same thoughts. You can notice them. You can not judge them at all. Don't judge yourself for having them. And then you just shift them into a better feeling thought. I think is that something Abraham Hicks always says? So if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, then that might sound familiar to you. But you have the choice to switch these things, and I think you've been making the choice to switch this, to change your perspective. You will perceive things as either negative or positive depending on your perspective. So you're kind of positioning yourself in a new place where you're able to see things more positively because you positioned yourself in a place where you're ready to do that. Like for this Queen of Swords, she's sitting this way because whatever she's looking at over there is what she wants to see. It's how she wants to feel. There might be something over here that she's turned her back to that would be not as great a feeling. She's not looking at that. So I do think that this idea of perspective is very important, and I think that you've changed, you've shifted your view, and you're really looking at things more positively when it comes to your romantic connections. Your thoughts are feeling a little bit more flexible now. You're open to a new perspective. I think you're taking more responsibility for the thoughts that are running through your head about love, and you're starting to see, without judgment, you're starting to see your thoughts. Like, notice your thoughts. Like, notice, hey, that was a bad one. That didn't feel nice. And that's how we judge whether it's good or bad, because there's really no such thing as good or bad. It's about, does it make you feel good or does it make you not feel good? And I think you're starting to notice that. So beautiful, beautiful energy, very mature energy, to go into a new connection with, or to reconnect with someone with. There's a lot of clarity here. There's a lot of mental clarity with this Queen of Swords, and I think that it's mental clarity combined with maturity. So yeah, you're coming into this with the right energy. Let's move that aside. And let's jump into some tarot. Sorry, camera's going crazy there. Let's let it focus on the background. I'll shuffle. Yeah, I am feeling like you guys are really bringing an extra energy to your next connection, really bringing like a thoughtful energy, an evolved energy. And I think when you go into it, you're not going to be finding yourself thinking of the worst case scenario as much. If you do, you're going to quickly figure out how to shift your thoughts, because I think you're already practicing that. So you're not going to be as worried and as in a place to create a situation you don't want to deal with as you might have been in the past. Beautiful energy. Okay, we have the authoritarian. Yeah. Yeah. That's really strong Emperor energy there. And I feel like you're a leader. Okay. We have rooted coming up in the reverse. Seven of Wands. Oh, and a star. Okay. That's so many cards. Let's take this page because it fell out right on top. So we'll take that page. And yeah. Then let's add your oracle cards to the mix, and then let's talk about all of this. We have inner peace. Wow, you guys, this was really beautiful energy. We have new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. Look at this. This inner peace card has the two fish on it. I think these are koi fish. I'm not really sure. And then on here, of course, because this is a Pisces card, so we've got the two fish here for Pisces. So that's definitely mirroring each other. Oh, we have full moon in Pisces. So again, the fish. Okay. You guys. Okay. This is about balance, spirituality, and practicality. I can already tell there's a lot of water energy here. There is a strong connection, a strong partnership. Definitely feeling of partnership um of like a match, of a pair. And many of you may be Pisces, have strong Pisces placements. This might be an indication that the person coming into your life is a Pisces or another water sign. But yeah, strong Pisces energy here. Kind of surprising to see all of that together. We also have fun and freedom. Okay. I'm smiling now. I don't even really know why. Like, there's something about this energy that is making me feel a little bit giddy. So I think this person coming into your life is going to really excite you. Um, Gosh, I just see you like being so excited about this person, calling up your friends or your sister, your mom, your brother, whoever it is that you talk to about this stuff, and just being so excited, like having that, like you just want to squeal energy about this person coming into your life. So this person is definitely a leader, and I think you're meeting each other there. Same thing happened in group one. Like the positioning of this card is like, I think this is your similar energy. This is where the two of you are really going to see each other for like for who you are. This is where you're going to match, and it's that you're both you're trailblazers. You're both really like I want to say inventive. Like you're very strong and you know what you want and you know where you're going, and the two of you are going to see that. Like you're going to see each other just so clearly because of that. I am also picking up on an energy of kind of like there are rules to be broken here with this rooted energy. It's Hierophant energy coming up in the reverse. It's like I think you're both really strong characters, and that you might go about this in an unconventional way. There might be something a little bit unconventional or unusual. You're not going to be playing by the rules. You're not going to be following rules. This might not be the most traditional relationship. So there might be something kind of out of the ordinary with this relationship. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It might be like, the two of you want to date for longer than is customary, or the two of you want to get married quicker than is customary, or maybe the two of you don't live near each other, so it's a long distance relationship, and it's something that's a little different for maybe for you or for the people in your life that you see as authorities or that you see as like the rule makers. So you might have there might be a little bit of like pushback or questioning when it comes to this relationship, but I think you feel so secure in it and you know what this is. So if you run into a situation where somebody's saying, well, why are you dating that person? Or why are you interested in that person? Why don't you find somebody closer to you? Why not be more practical about this and find someone closer? Or why do the two of you want to move so fast? Or why do, whatever it is, you let your vision and your version of how this relationship is going to play out prevail. And I think that's exactly what you're going to do. And I think that this person, it brings that sort of energy to this connection too. It's the two of you. I want to say against the world a little bit. Oh, interesting. Okay. Seven of Wands energy. Yeah. I almost said that and then took it right back, but then my eyes landed on this Seven of Wands, and I'm like, yeah, I think there is kind of an element of the two of you against the world. And I don't want that to sound like you're going to receive a lot of pushback or there's going to be a lot of conflict when it comes to your relationship. For some of you, you might receive some pushback or some conflict, but I don't think it's so much that. I think that there's going to be the love and support from your friends and family, like regarding this relationship. But I do feel like there's this, like with this energy, this Pisces energy, and all of these pairs here, it's like the two of you are paired up, and it's like if you do need to fight a battle, this is the person you want by your side. It's the two of you, like it's the two of you, and if it comes down to it, I think both of you are going to choose each other. So yeah, there might be a little bit of a defensive energy when it comes to defending this relationship. Um, Yeah, it's so funny. I don't pick up on that energy being between the two of you. I think the two of you are like really on the same page. Um, very much so on the same page and very much willing to go to battle for one another, no matter what that means. This might be somebody who shows up in your life at a time when you really need somebody on your side, or vice versa, and you two really play that role for each other. Like, you know, this person's always in your corner. So, yeah, I mean, if this is someone you already know and you're wondering if it's going to develop into something, you'll be able to sense them by that energy of like, they feel like your match, like your perfect match, and they feel like they're always there for you. They're always on your side. If you can't count on anyone else, you can count on this person. Yeah, and there is something that's probably a little bit unusual about your relationship. It could be an age difference too, I'm picking up on for some of you. This person is definitely they're very I feel like there's something about them that really draws a lot of attention. And it could be whatever it is that makes them a bit unconventional. And however it is that they are unusual, you might be unusual in that same way. There's something, it's like this person has star quality to them. They have something about them that makes them extra special, extra unique. People might even think that they're a little bit weird. In a good way. Like, you know, when somebody's really good at something and like it makes them weird because they're just different from everybody. Like this person might be in the public eye in some way. They might be an actor or a performer of some kind. They just draw attention wherever they go. And so there's something different about them. Maybe they look a little bit different. Maybe they have like an eye-catching appearance about them. That could be what it is. It's like also they're in terms of personality, you're very hopeful and optimistic, which is funny. You know, when I go back to like how you're approaching this relationship, you're coming into this connection in a much more positive place than you have ever been before. And then I'm looking at this person and it's like they're very optimistic. So it's like maybe the two of you are really lining up in that way, and that's what kind of sparks the connection. This could also be something that the two of you differed on before. One of you maybe very optimistic and the other one pretty pessimistic, and it was a area of contention for you. But this is something that's changing because you're both really like looking at things in a more hopeful way, and like with a newness, like a freshness, a passion. Um, a lot of fire energy coming through. So this person could be a fire sign. We're dealing with a lot of water energy and a lot of fire energy. Um, take that as it resonates because they don't necessarily have to be these signs, but I am feeling like this person is, they're very outgoing. They're very, even if they don't mean to be, which is funny. Like, I don't really know why I'm saying that, but I think it's because this star energy in this case is giving me the feeling of somebody who's like a born star, but they don't necessarily seek that attention. They just get that attention. Like they don't have to try, they just get it. Um yeah, they will pursue their passions, and it could be that just in pursuit of their passions, they get a lot of attention because they're really good at whatever it is that they do. And that might be what kind of catches your attention. So they might not be like wanting to be in the spotlight, but I think that they are in the spotlight. I feel like both of you might be with this authoritarian energy. It's like both of you are blazing new trails and really like shaking things up. This relationship's going to be a whole lot of fun, and that's where that giddy energy was coming from. This person is exciting. This person is optimistic, which just makes them fun to be around. Um, they're like a ball of sunshine type of person, and I think you feel really free around them. You feel like you're free to be yourself, and like you're free to loosen up, to relax, to have a lot of fun. With all of this Pisces energy here, it's just like this relationship, the capacity for emotional connection here is next level, and like that's for sure. So if that's something that's been lacking in past relationships, there's definite capacity here for the two of you to really connect on a deep, deep level. with that kind of like partnership and like us against the world type of energy, it's like I think that's where that emotional connection is. It's like the two of you are so deeply connected that you know that you would do anything for each other. And I think it's known. Like this feels like a very expressive connection, one that it doesn't leave you wondering how the other person's feeling, and you're very open about your feelings too. Like there's a definite pursuit and a passion. Um, Yeah. I don't know. It's just there is there's a lot of fun here, and there's a lot of freedom that comes with this relationship. I think being partnered with this person makes you feel very free, and it's giving you a balance. Like this again, this partnership kind of energy, this Pisces energy, it's just making me feel like it's just so well balanced. Like the two of you are just balancing each other out so beautifully that it kind of lightens the load. It kind of just makes you feel free and happy and uplifted. If this is a past relationship, then what this is telling me is whatever that heavy kind of oppressive energy that was present in the relationship that was making it feel like it just couldn't move forward, that energy is lifted and it's gone. If this is something brand new, then this is just a relationship that never had that energy to begin with. It's the most fun you've ever had in a romantic connection ever. That's kind of the energy of it. Let's pull a little bit of advice or further messages for you. I'm loving this energy. I think this relationship is going to make you feel really, really happy. If you don't recognize this person for anything else, um, know that it's going to make you feel happy. I do kind of feel like this person might have like a very particular look about them though, and that might be what, like how you recognize them. Something very unique about them. Maybe unconventional in appearance, maybe hair dyed in unconventional color, or like piercings or something. There's something that makes this person really stand out. Okay, you have when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. I think there's a lot of you kind of exercising that faith. I think that this relationship just brings you a lot of peace, though. I do think there's like something you had to get to this place on your own. Look at this. Sorry, I didn't really notice this, but you see, there's like two owls here. So there's that energy again, that partner, um, that counterpart energy, that like dynamic duo energy. That's what it is. That's what the two of you are. Dynamic duo. Yeah. I think the two of you are even like you're making something happen. You're kind of making waves in some way. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So yeah, I think that's that shift of a shift in perspective. Um, you can look at things a new way. You can view things in a new way. I think that there's a certain amount of work that you've had to do to get to the place to like to bring this person into your life, and you've had to kind of like switch up your way of thinking, switch up your perspective a little bit. But I also think that this relationship is just going to make that a lot easier for you. I choose to learn through love. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's something about this relationship that just like clarifies things for you. If you find this energy and this shift of perspective a little bit difficult to maintain at times, I think when this person comes in or when the two of you are back in full connection, you're not going to struggle so much with that because this person is so just like bright. They make you have so much fun, feel so free to be yourself, feel free to be happy that it's going to be like a natural progression. It's going to be a natural shift from being around them that you just feel more like confident in your positivity. You just feel more confident in looking forward to things and believing that it's going to work out for you and that it's going to be beautiful for you. So I think I'll leave it there. This is This is a fun energy. Made me smile for sure. So yeah, your person I think is gonna make you smile. And there is something a little bit different about this person. There might be something a little bit different about you, and that might be kind of like why the two of you connect or why you see each other like this. But this is your partner. This is your partner in crime. And I don't mean that like the two of you are gonna be committing any crimes. I just mean that like this is your ride or die. This is somebody that will be by your side no matter what, someone you know you can always depend on, which is a really beautiful energy. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really enjoyed doing this reading. If you liked it, if any part of this resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing it. And hopefully I will see you again real soon in another reading. Bye. Hi, number 3. If you picked the watermelon, this is going to be your reading all about what's next for you in love. So before I jump into what's next, I want to look at your current energy now so we can see kind of how you're going to be approaching this new romance that's going to come into your life. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. We have peace. Really beautiful card. Number 23, I'm really drawn to that right now. I haven't necessarily been doing like a lot of numerology interpretations in this reading, but I am drawn to the number on this card for some reason. So that does reduce down to a 5. So this is maybe a bit of change of pace for you when it comes to feeling this peacefulness. We'll look into more of your cards and kind of see. We have resolve. Number 32. Okay, so so same thing. So these are just those numbers are kind of mirroring each other. That could be a sign. We'll see if like more ideas of mirroring come into this reading. But again, that reduces down to a 5 as well. So yeah, there's a change here. We have trust. This is number 31. And we have the Fool. So you are coming through as the Fool in this reading, and that's a beautiful thing. That's not an insult. If you're near to tarot, you might have thought I just insulted you, but no, that's a very beautiful thing. So let's look at this. This peaceful energy really shows me that you are coming to a place, like you found a place of inner peace about where you are right now in your love life. This could also just be in your life in general. This could extend to your life. Like you are finding peace with where you are, which is a very, I want to say helpful energy. It's a very helpful energy. We might, should I go into all that? I'm not sure. Basically, what I'm feeling like is that you've released the attachment to the outcome about things, which takes a lot of work. So anybody who's really familiar with like how we manifest things, how we bring things into our lives, you'll know, and because you're finding yourself in this place, you probably have picked up on this. Even if you really want something, if you're super attached to it, you're clinging to it, and you almost create an opposite effect. You're trying so hard to control the outcome that a lot of times you end up kind of bringing things into your life that you don't want or pushing away exactly what you do want. So you've released the attachment to the outcome, or at least you're working on that. And that takes a lot of work. So it seems like that would be effortless. All you have to do is not care. That should be pretty easy. But it's not easy when it's something that we do care about, when it's something as important as our romantic life, our love life, and these connections that we have with other people. It's not easy to release the outcome, to release the need to control the outcome. That's hard. And you're doing that. You're working on that. So I really feel like just applauding you, because I know that that's super hard work and you deserve a pat on the back for even attempting to do that work. So if you've even found yourself in a place where you're like, I'm just going to release this and I'm just going to let it happen the way it happens. If you have even had that thought, then you deserve a pat on the back, because that is very, very difficult to do. So I feel like you've come very far. I feel like you have started to place more importance on yourself, on what you want out of life and what you're pursuing in life. So a lot of times we get caught up in our romantic, like, in thoughts of our romantic lives or our romantic partners, and it's hard for us to move forward because we're kind of stuck, like waiting on somebody, waiting on, maybe you know who this person is and you're just waiting on them to finally make the move or finally open up or whatever it is. Or you might just be waiting on a person you don't know of to appear in your life, and it's almost like it gives you this feeling of like you're waiting to start living until this person shows up. Well, you're moving away from that place. You're moving into a place where you're not afraid to live your life right now as it is. Like you have enough peace in your life to live your life right now and to not wait for like this magical person that you've never met before or this other person that you do know who it is to like get their ish together. Like you're not waiting anymore. You are comfortable and secure in yourself enough to want to start living right now. Um, the beautiful thing about this is it can sound like I'm saying like, oh, you moved on and you don't care. And it's actually not that at all. You still care a lot. This is still very important to you. And it's like that's why this is a difficult balance. It's a difficult balance to have something that you really care about that's very important to you and to also release the grip on it at the same time. But you're really working on that, and I think you're making beautiful progress. The most interesting part about this attitude is that's when things come into your life. So it might feel like when you have a really tight grip and when you are like forcing something to happen, that's when it's going to come into your life because you're working really hard at it. Like you're putting in the effort, you're like getting that sweat equity in there. That's not when it happens though. Like you can kind of look at anything that's come into your life. A lot of times things come into our lives when we forgot about them. This is probably a more difficult area to completely forget about, but it's just this like this sense of I think you are perfectly poised to let things come into your life right now because you are at peace. And when you're at peace, you're going to attract more of that peaceful feeling into your life. That's stressing out about the outcome of everything that was probably going on in the past is not helpful to creating anything but more stress. So beautiful energy. Um, Go you deserve a round of applause for this because this is difficult work, and I think you're right in there doing the work. So then we move over to this resolve card. So this is again, this feels a lot like a repeated message to really drive it home. I feel like for some of you, this might be something that like you have recognized, but you might not have realized the importance of it. So your reading is showing up like this because it's like this is your opportunity to really drive this home. If you've found that there have been times that you're able to release this and other times where you have such a tight grip you cannot let go, and you haven't known how important it is for you to let that grip go, here we go. I'm telling you because your reading is showing up like your guides are like, we're not letting them get away without realizing that this is the energy that they definitely need to stay in. So again, we have this resolve. So resolve, we're talking about feeling settled, feeling secure in the fact that you know that this is going to be all right, that you know that this is going to play out the way that you want it to. You're confident. You're feeling more confidence around this. It's like you're exuding a self-confidence. So, side note, this next person that's coming into your life is very attracted to that self-confidence that you are exuding. They are very drawn to you. It feels like you have this really free and like life-loving nature. I don't know why that's coming through so odd, but yeah, there's like this certain freedom to you. There's a certain like um, zest for life that you are exuding. And I think that that's really what is going to pull this next thing in. That's a side note because we're not even there yet, but messages about your person are already coming through. They're very drawn to your, like your way of being. It's like you have this very flowy energy about you. You have this very easy energy and this like childlike wonder, and they're so drawn to that. So that's another reason to stay in this place because yeah, you're allowing yourself to be free. You're allowing yourself to be you, and that's what's really pulling this person towards you. If this is someone you've already met, someone you know, then they're gonna see this shift in you, and they're just drawn to it. Like they're just drawn to that carefree kind of nature that you are. It's just oozing. I don't know why these words like exude and ooze are coming to coming to my mind, but there you go. You're just oozing it. Um, Yeah, and there's a confidence to that. Like I think sometimes that kind of carefree nature can just seem like, oh, you're just flighty and you don't know what's going on. Like it could be looked at that way sometimes, but no, that's not the way it's coming through for you, and that's really not at all what it is. It's a confidence. Like in order to be that carefree, in order to have that amount of peace, you do have a certain level of confidence and a certain level of faith. So that is shown. The two of you may connect on in an area of faith, like something having to do with your faith or your belief system. You're getting so many messages about the person in this section of the reading, which hasn't happened yet. So this person might be extremely eager to get to you because they won't be quiet and let me tell you where you're at. Okay. I just think that like some of you, you've been working on your manifestation game, and I just want to say you're killing it. Like you're killing it because if you know how to do this release thing, then you are at an advanced level of manifestation. Letting it go, like identifying exactly what you want and then letting it go is advanced. And that's why I want to clap for you because that takes work. That takes a lot of effort. Um, just remember, and I think you already know this because you have all this peace and this trust. A true manifester doesn't like come up with what they want and then worry about whether they're going to get it or not. That's not like that's not masterful manifestation. And I think you're reaching a level of mastery here because you have this amount of peace about it. So you have this feeling of like you know you're going to get it, and that's what's bringing you this peace. Like you trust that this is going to come into your life. That brings me right here to this trust card. So yeah, you're trusting the process, you're trusting that you're ready, you're trusting in the universe to bring you exactly what you want. And there's just a certain amount of peace that comes with this. You're showing up as the Fool. The Fool is always ready for a new beginning, ready for a new opportunity, is optimistic. This is a very great place to be. You're in an open and receiving energy. So that's how you're approaching this connection that's coming in. Okay, let me clear this away. Open and receiving. Open and receiving. That is your energy. That is, I think you're going to be very open to this person. Like when this person shows up, you're ready for this. You're ready to receive this connection. And it feels like you've done the work. Like on a deeper level than I usually mean when I say that. Because like I was saying, it feels like you've reached some level of mastery when it comes to this manifestation game, like to the point where you can put it down. And that's how you know you're really good at something. When you can set it aside, when you can put it down and like move on to something else, move on to like living your own life, and figuring out what you want. Okay. We've got the 8 of Daggers, the 2 of Daggers. Really interesting energy coming through already. 2 blindfolded characters here. Interesting. Oh, cards are jumpy. You have the Fool again. The Magician. The Magician came out in tile number 1, and there was a lot of manifestation talked over there. Little bit of different energy, but you might want to check out pile number 1 because we were discussing manifestation a lot in that pile, and we were discussing manifestation for you as well. And then the Magician shows up. So, yeah. And you're the Fool coming out again. I'm going to get the rest of your oracle cards out, and then we're going to look at everything as a whole. Let's see what you have. We have action. Right under that Fool card. Your messages are coming out so fast that like, I'm trying not to interpret yet. I'm trying to just get the cards out, but like I can't. I can't. This person wants to talk to you. We have full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. New moon, new start is coming. Oh, you got a bonus card here. You have North Node, so this is step out of your comfort zone. That's a card, little bonus card for you that not everyone got. That 3 of those. We have Soul Connection and Hope. Okay. Let me try to get this all to where you can see it, and then we'll talk about it. Really, really, really strong energy here. I'm gonna try to not get too enthusiastic so I can speak, but just know I'm really enthusiastic about this. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, you're coming through as the fool multiple times in this reading, and I think your person is showing up as the fool as well. There's been a point in all of these readings where I can tell what the point of connection is for the two of you. It was showing up in this first position before. We'll look more at that because this might be part of it. The two of you are on the same page, though, for sure. I think both of you are showing up to this ready. So this is a person who, like, they've reached this level of mastery the same way you have. They've kind of been able to put it down and like move on with their lives, do what they want to do, be the full expression of themselves, be ready and open for this new start, this new beginning. And like the two of you are ready. Like it's like you're gonna hit the ground running with this. If this is a connection that you already have been in and you're like looking to reconnect with this person, I think when this reconnection happens, it's going to be something that moves really fast. I'm hearing you're moving in together, and it's like it's something about the suitcase too. It's making me think that. So it's something that moves really fast, and it's like both of you are just ready for this new start. You're ready to to get going. um Yeah, that's just taking me to this action card. There's a lot of action here. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of manifestation here. Let me just draw your attention to this Lovers card and the Soul Connection card. So this is definitely a divine partnership. This is a soulmate type of connection here. There's no way around it. There's no other way I can put it. You're showing up, both of you here, as the lovers. You're showing up as people who have a deep, deep soul connection. This person makes you feel like you are totally and completely loved. This person makes you feel like you're good enough, like this full moon in Virgo card says. And I think that what's beautiful about this is a place you've already reached yourself, which is, I think, what makes it so easy for them to to do that and to encourage that in you. When they tell you that you're enough, when they tell you that you're beautiful, when they tell you that they love you, you believe them. And I think it comes from a place of really believing all of that stuff about yourself before this person comes into your life or before they come back into your life. There's a lot that's been released between the two of you. Like with this Eight of Daggers energy, this Two of Daggers energy, we started out the reading like heavy with swords energy, heavy with air energy. So that might be significant to some of you. You might be an air sign, or this person might be an air sign. But at first it was looking like, whoa, like there was heavy air energy here. Air energy is fast moving. Air energy is communicative. It's also a lot of mental energy. So the two of you may connect on an intellectual basis. But with this Eight of Daggers, this person, I think, has come from a place of feeling really restricted. And I think that's something that the two of you can relate to. Like you can relate on. You can see each other when it comes to this. There's a place of like restriction. There's a place of like things didn't feel like it was moving forward for both of you. And this might be because this is a connection that like stalled out and now it's coming back together. It's like this place of being stuck, but it's not necessarily being physically stuck, it's being mentally stuck. So it's like there's barriers being broken here, and I think the barriers kind of get broken through work that the two of you do separately, and then you come together. There is also with this Two of Daggers this feeling of a decision that needs to be made, or like a choice being made. And I think that both of you made the choice. Like I think you made the choice to find yourself in this peaceful place, this place that's ready to move forward. And I also think that you make the choice to come together. This feels very deliberate to me. This doesn't feel like the kind of connection that just like, oh, it just kind of happened and I'm not even sure how we got here. It's like something feels very deliberate about it. So someone might be moving to be closer to the other. A kind of energy I was getting from the Fool card. It might not just be that the two of you are moving in together. There might be kind of like a big step moving in order to be close together. But I think this is someone who can be very decisive. It might have been something where it felt like the energy was kind of stalled and like neither one of you were all that decisive, but this is someone with the potential to be very decisive. You may have witnessed this in them in other areas of life, but they're going to be bringing that sort of decisive energy to this connection. I think what's great is I think both of you are being pretty decisive about it, and I think these decisions are coming from a very intuitive place, but it also feels like there's a lot of thought behind it too. The Two of Swords is interesting energy to me because, like, due to the blindfold, we know that there is a feeling of like you're having to feel something out because you can't really see what's going on. And that can be by choice or by circumstance. You might choose not to look at what is happening and just do what feels right. But there's also this feeling of like of knowledge of like having the facts, and I think that they really go together. It's like the way that you feel about something is information. It's important information, and you might not have to look at all the facts and all the little details about something to know what choice you're making. So there is this feeling that there's a lot of choice involved here. There might be things that you have to choose between. There might be difficult decisions to make, or maybe not so difficult, but I get the feeling that you choose this person and this person chooses you. Um, Again, with the magician, like I was saying in reading one, we had a lot of manifestation talk, and I think there's definitely heavy manifestation energy in this reading as well. There's a feeling that the two of you really manifested this. I feel like this might even be kind of a longer process for you than in group one. Like there's a lot of experience here. I think there's a lot of manifestation experience here. There's a lot that has gone into this for you to reach this place. But now you're reaching this place of the lovers. You're reaching this place of connection. Um, I think that there will be. It just kind of feels like this person, but this person is into moving forward with you, especially with this Fool energy. I just like both of you are so ready to just take that leap and just dive. There is too with this energy here, a new start is coming, new moon energy, and step out of your comfort zone. Um, yeah, this is a feeling of I think you're so ready to step out of your comfort zone. I think that this is just a little bit of a reminder. I get the feeling that like you don't really need that advice because you have this Fool energy. You have this like I'm just gonna leap energy. Um, I am feeling that for some of you this might happen really, really fast because of this Fool energy coming through on both sides. Also, we have this Swords energy, which can be pretty fast moving. So the relationship really might move fast. And the two of you, again, like I'm thinking that you're going to be moving in together for some of you or moving closer, moving nearer to each other. But there is this like, there's this feeling that like it's just going to go. Like it's just going to go really, really fast. I think there's a lot of open communication here. And the two of you really feel like soulmates. Um, yeah, I don't. It's such a beautiful energy. I think also there's this confidence that comes through. Like I think that this person finds you so attractive and you're so attracted to them too. Like it's more than just physical, but there's something that really draws the two of you together and it just is dissolving insecurity. So there's like little sticky points, little places where you haven't felt your most secure in past relationships or places that you just want a little bit of reassurance. I think this person does that so effortlessly. Um, I am definitely feeling that where the two of you are going to meet and like I don't mean meet physically. I mean meet like relate to each other, like connect in the mind, is this idea of just being ready to dive in head first. And I love it because I don't think it comes from an immature place. I think it took a lot of like a lot of releasing this Eight of Swords energy here to make your way over here to this Fool energy. There was a lot of limiting beliefs going on, I think, for both of you. There was a lot of negative self-talk going on for both of you. There's a lot of self-imposed restrictions going on for both of you, where you weren't even maybe willing to look, like to look at the opportunities, to look at what could happen with this blindfolded energy happening in both of these cards here. There's a lot of this, and I feel like there's work that happened that like got you to the Fool. So the Fool is it's actually a wild card. It's not really the first card of the major arcana, but it is like it's numbered 0 in most decks, which puts it as the first card. It's the start, it's the beginning, and that can feel like an immature energy. It's like this is the very beginning and there's so much more to come. So that could be like somebody's not really thinking things through. But now I think for you guys, this is like a brand new cycle. So you've been through some cycles, you've leveled up, you've matured, you've worked through a lot of things, and now you're starting in this more peaceful place. And like peaceful in the sense that you just have the peace and the like the inner solitude to be able to dive in. Like this doesn't feel like immature energy kind of diving in. This feels like you've been through enough to know that you should dive in. And this relationship presents itself. You've been through enough, and I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you've been through enough crap, or you've been through enough waiting to know when you need to like move, when you need to get out of your comfort zone with this card. So yeah, you guys are moving forward. There's a really, really hopeful energy, a really optimistic energy around this. Let's get a little bit of advice for you. What was that? Okay. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Yeah, I think there's a lot of a lot of physical attraction between the two of you, and I think that just the fact that you can be yourselves around each other is what really turns you on about this person and what they feel really drawn to about you too. So instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. I love that energy. I think that part of you releasing the need to control the outcome kind of comes down to that. It's like you are feeling more confident in the fact that things are going to play out in the highest good, like in the best way possible for you and everyone involved. And that's what let you kind of let go a little bit and release the need to control it. The universe has my back. Yep. I'm going to get one more card for you, but it's like, yeah, this is what you have come to realize, and I think this is what this person has come to realize as well, that you don't have to control it. You can have peace. You can let it go. You can dare to even forget about what it is that you're drawing into your life, and it will come anyway. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I honor how I want to feel. Such beautiful energy. And that is this magical part of bringing these things into our lives, like knowing how it is that you want to feel and feeling that way. And I think for you, what you wanted to feel was peaceful about this. And like there might be a particular way that you saw that coming. Like maybe if this relationship comes back together, I can relax and I'll feel peaceful. Or maybe if I meet that person, I'll relax and feel peaceful. But the trick to this is you have to find that bit of inner peace maybe before you see any evidence of this in the 3D. So that's the place that you are at or that you're coming to. You're more focused on how you want to feel than on like this particular outcome. And when you can stay in that place of feeling the way that you want to feel, then you can release your hold on it, and then everything that you've been envisioning can just like pour into your life. I'm really excited for you guys, and I just think that you deserve so much credit for the work that you have done, and your person deserves so much credit for the work that they're doing as well. And I think that the two of you, when you come together, you're going to have a lot to celebrate. You're going to have a lot to talk about. You're going to have a lot to connect on, because it's very possible that nobody else in your life understands this. Like you might not be around people who kind of like get this, like get what kind of work you had to do, get like how mentally and emotionally straining this work can be. And I just feel like this person's going to get it. This person's going to get you. And the two of you, I don't know. I feel like the two of you might really make progress in your relationship quite fast. And that could be in the form of moving in together or making a move so that you can like see this person every day. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there, group three. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Round of applause to you for doing this work. If you enjoyed this reading, if any of this resonated, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. And I will hopefully see you again in another reading very soon. Bye. Hi, number four. If you picked these cherries, this is going to be your reading all about what's next for you in love. So before I jump into what's next, I want to look in your oracle cards and kind of get a sense of where you are right now, like what your energy is like right now, because that's going to show us how you're going to be approaching this new connection that comes into your life. So let's take a look. We have never ending story, abundance, a lot of sevens showing up already, 37, 17. Sevens talk a lot about reflection and discovery, a lot of times inner discovery, self-discovery. So that might play in a little bit. We have initiation. It's funny because I'm getting a lot of messages having to do with the numerology around these cards, which happened a little bit in the last group and didn't happen before that. So there's something important here having to do with these numbers. Let's get your tarot cards. You actually got two tarot cards here. That's a bonus. The other group's got just one. Okay. You got the King and the Queen of Cups. Whoa. Okay. All right. So right off, let me just say, I am really feeling strongly that you are very tired of the BS. So in your love life, you may have experienced a lot of connections that just aren't satisfying to you, that just don't meet your needs, don't meet your standards. I think there's some frustration coming through here. It feels like you have a vision of what you want, and like it's not working out the way that you have been looking for it to. It feels like like it's on repeat. Like it feels like you've been caught in a cycle of the same old thing, like the same thing or something very similar to that, just playing out over and over in your life. So for some of you, this could be that like every connection that you get in, it just feels like it's the same thing that happened the last time and the time before that. And for others, this is a particular connection that you have on your mind that's like you're looking for some sort of change in it, and it seems like the same story keeps playing out for you. I do want to talk a little bit about the numerology here. So like I was saying, these sevens are showing up. For some reason, in this particular case, I'm drawn to the sevens here. I'm not necessarily drawn to 37 or 17. So 17 would reduce to an 8, and 37 reduced to a 10, which might be significant. But I'm very drawn to those sevens. I'm very drawn to the idea of this reflective energy, this self-discovery energy, because I think that you've taken a lot of time to kind of go within and figure out how it is that you're feeling about these things and explore your internal world when it comes to this. And I think that what you found there is a lot of frustration. I think it clarified things for you, but there is this feeling of like, oh, like you're just so sick of it. You're just so sick of hearing the same old thing, of experiencing the same old thing, of it not being what you want it to be. For a lot of you, you have been maybe, this is a message for some of you, okay? I don't know if this will resonate for everyone, but it feels like some of you have found yourself with partners who seem to be extremely fearful of intimacy or who sabotage the relationship repeatedly, and you're just really, really tired of it. You're just tired of their fears getting in the way. I think it just feels like you've tried to be open, you've tried to communicate, you've tried to let them know that it's okay for them to tell you how they feel. It's okay for them to be scared and to do this anyway. Like, it's all okay. Like, you've got them. Like, I feel like you're ready to show up as that really great supportive partner, and you try to let that be known in your connections. And it just feels like they let their fears ruin things. So for some of you, that may resonate. Okay, I was also drawn to the number 10 on this initiation card, and as we talked about, this never-ending story card, number 37, does reduce down to a 10. So 10s are about completion. That's about the end of a cycle. That can mean a couple of different things. This could be that you are coming to an end of this cycle that it feels like you're on repeat with. And it also could mean that you're just at the end of your rope with this. Like, you don't know whether your cycle is wrapping up, but you're tired of it. I do think that that feeling of being tired of it is an indication of things wrapping up, because sometimes we do have to be pushed to that point before we're just like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm not bringing this into my life anymore. I'm not going to talk to people who aren't ready. I'm not, so it might be that you've been pushed to a place where you are going to manually end this cycle for yourself because you're just sick of it. Your tarot cards. So every other group got one tarot card here. You got two, which, that happens. No big deal. But the fact that you got the King and the Queen of Cups, you're coming through as extremely emotionally balanced. So I think you're approaching this new connection, or this could be like reconnecting with somebody. You're approaching this connection as someone who's very emotionally stable, very emotionally secure, somebody who knows exactly what they want. I think what you're wanting here is a divine counterpart. You're looking for your other half here. The fact that these two showed up in the same suit. You're looking for somebody who can match you when it comes to this emotional maturity. You're looking for somebody who can be emotionally stable and can be a safe place for you to land as well. You're looking for somebody who will be compassionate and vulnerable. So I think that this is all the things that you've been lacking in the past. It's all the stuff that's kind of like, it's irritating you. I'll kind of put it more mildly than I feel it. It is irritating you, and you're tired of it. I don't want to say I love this energy, because I feel like this energy could be a very uncomfortable place for you to be. If this is like a little bit of past energy for you, then that's more beautiful, because I can talk to you from a place of you having come out of this, and we don't have to feel bad about the fact that you're finding yourself in this place right now. Because I do feel for you if you're in this place right now, but I will say it anyway. I love this energy. The reason I love it is because it feels like you are in a place of power here. It feels like you are in a place of taking control. It looks like you have defined exactly what you want and exactly what you don't want, and you're really clear on it, like maybe more clear than you've ever been before about what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you, what you're going to repeat and what you're never doing again. And it just looks like you're so clear on what this is. For some of you, it's so weird. This message just came through right now. So this might not be for many of you, because it's like we've been going along and I didn't really pick up on this. But what I think for some of you, you've met this person. Okay, this is weird, because I wasn't really feeling that. Like, I was feeling it in terms of somebody who like had kind of ruined a relationship with you, but not in this way. So I think for some of you, you've met this person and you know who this person is, and you saw the difference. Like, you were at the end of your rope. You were tired of experiencing this emotional unavailability from people, and then you met somebody who you kind of like, you had this King of Cups, Queen of Cups thing happen with. You have this connection, this divine counterpart energy kind of like happen with. And I think for some of you, this person helped you to define your vision, because you might not have really known or been picking up on it. Like, something wasn't right, but you didn't know until you met this person. And then you're like, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I've been missing. That's why I'm so irritated and why I'm not satisfied in relationships, because my partners have not been showing up like this. So for some of you, you met this person, you know who this person is, and they opened your eyes. They helped you kind of like define your vision a little bit. Okay, really, really interesting and strong energy coming through. We have this abundance card, so this is just telling me again, you're looking for some kind of relationship that will be fulfilling to you. You're looking for a relationship that will be reciprocal. You're looking for a relationship that feels whole and that feels complete. And somebody who, like, who ticks all your boxes. You're looking for somebody who's like, yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Like you meet them and you're like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And that for some of you may have happened. And that's why you were drawn to this reading, because you saw, like you found somebody, like you met someone and you're like, hey, that's exactly what I've been looking for right there, right in front of me. Again, with this number 10, end of a cycle. So it's like you are stepping into something new with this initiation. I think a lot of you are asking yourself why you ever put up with this thing that's not satisfying to you. So if you're still in that situation, you might find yourself a lot of time going, why do I put up with this? Why do I keep going back into this situation that is not fulfilling? Or this could be something you questioned in the past. I think also meeting, if you met this person, that has caused you to question it. It's like you didn't know how perfect it could be until you met this person. And then you look back at everything you've done in the past, all of like the people you may have dated or really had strong feelings for in the past, and you're like, why did I like, why was I wasting my time on that? That's not even it at all. um yeah, I think this whole thing, whether you're still caught up in it or not, whether you've met this person or not, whether you're just kind of in an in-between place waiting for something new to come in, this whole thing has sort of been a catalyst for you to ask for more of what you want and to get into a position to receive exactly what you asked for. So even if you're finding yourself in a really difficult spot right now, just know you were pushed to this point so that you could clearly define what you wanted, so that you could ask for what you want to bring into your life. And it might feel uncomfortable, but it's like, it's beautiful at the same time. It's the little like kick in the butt that's going to get you exactly where you're trying to go. A lot of times our journey to where we're trying to go isn't the most comfortable, but once you're there, you wouldn't trade it for anything. So if you have had to go through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of heartache to get to this point, just be secure in the fact that now that your vision is defined, now that you know exactly what you want, you're in the position to receive that where you wouldn't have been before without these experiences. So our experiences shape us. Our experiences are beautiful, and yeah, they're uncomfortable sometimes when they suck. Like, so the little like, it can suck, but you're getting somewhere. So let's get into the tarot. Let's look at what's coming next. Now that we've discussed all of that energy, and now that I know that you are not willing to accept things that don't work for you anymore, we will see what is coming. Okay. I do really, again, I think it was so interesting that, oh, I'm dropping cards. I think it was so interesting that the King and Queen of Cups came out like that for you. So there really is a feeling of wanting that wanting that partnership. As the Lovers card comes out. Lovers card showed up in the last reading, I think, in number 3. Yeah. I guess I don't need to say what I was saying because that card kind of said it for me, but it's like you're looking for that energy, you're looking for that Lovers energy. But High Priestess coming out. Yeah. Okay. Ace of Crystals. Two of Crystals. You guys had a lot of cards fall out. Warden of Crystals. What's going on here, you guys? What is going on? Um, the Knight of Cups. I don't really know why I'm taking all these cards because this is way too many cards, and certainly much more than I've taken for the previous groups, but Two of Wands, eight. It feels right. So we're going with it. Yeah. A lot of earth energy came through. A lot. You might be an earth sign. Your person might be an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, a lot of earth energy all together in the center of the reading. Let's get the rest of your oracle cards and then kind of look at all of this as one. We have thriving, new moon in Cancer, so you and your loved ones are safe. Oh my goodness, you guys. We have cardinal moon, be bold and make the first move. Okay, we have regret. And then you got two cards over here, confusion and daydream. Let's talk about it. Okay. I want to make sure I have everything where you can see it, because this is a lot of cards. I hadn't planned on on all this, but I guess you guys had other plans. Okay. Your person, this person that's coming into your life is showing up as a divine counterpart. So we were already talking about this. They're showing up like the two of you are coming through as the lovers. So this is what you have wanted. This is what you've been asking for. If this is a past connection, it's one that's going to turn around. If it was one that wasn't fulfilling to you at all, it's going to turn around so that you have this energy of like having your divine counterpart. I kind of love this because it's like, it just feels like ask and you shall receive, or like your wish is granted, like kind of like a genie feeling, like you put out there exactly what you wanted with this energy, this King and Queen of Cups energy, and then it's like, oh, that's what you want, boom, there you go. Like it just feels so like, yeah, like that's exactly what you're gonna get. Like that meeting each other, meeting each other halfway, meeting each other and being partners for each other, being true partners for each other, that energy is just coming through so strong. It's deep love. And that word partner, like partnership, is really coming through very strong. So that's how this relationship is going to feel to you. We have this high priestess energy coming through here with the divine. We have the ace of crystals, the two of crystals. Okay. This person has a very kind of magical energy about them, and they might be a little bit mysterious as well. This is somebody that you have an intuitive knowing about. So if this is a like person that you already met, you had an immediate intuitive knowing about them. And that might have felt a little bit weird. That might have been uncomfortable, or you might have had the thought, like, why am I thinking all of this about this person that I just met, or about this person that I've never had these kind of feelings about before? So yeah, I think that you were just instinctively drawn to them, and there was just this feeling of like you knew it was something more. You knew it was important. You might have found yourself immediately asking, like, why is this significant? Looking for the answers about why this connection is significant, because it might have seemed like it happened so fast. I think this is someone who can offer you something really stable. We have all of this crystal's energy, which is pentacle energy, in the center of the reading. It feels like they can really offer you something stable. This might be somebody who is very financially successful, or who has come a long way in their career. It's somebody who can balance a lot of things. So they might have a lot going on. They might be a really busy person. Maybe working multiple jobs, or like they have their hands in so many different projects. They might have a family, like have children, or have a lot of responsibilities with their family. It feels like somebody who can manage to get it all done. All your cards came out in the upright too. Really interesting. It feels like a lot of like positive energy, a lot of forward moving energy, and like there is something really stable and grounded about it. Um, yeah, this person is kind of like a master um at the material world. That sounds so abstract. I think this is someone who is successful in the material world, who knows how to draw that success in, who has a certain confidence about them, and it feels like something they might have took a long time building. So if they haven't reached that level yet, then this might be somebody who's like in school studying something that is going to take a while for them to like reach that goal, reach that accomplishment, to get that title, get that degree or something like that. But they're patient, like they're persistent, they're hardworking, and they just feel really good at attracting abundance into their lives. And they feel like somebody that wants to offer you something. I am now hearing that for some of you, this is going to result in an engagement. I think it's this Ace of Crystals card. It's like they're offering you something, and that in some cases might be a ring. But I think this person has a lot to offer you. I think they have a lot to offer you in terms of stability, in terms of partnership and connection. You might find that this is somebody that you go into business with or that you work with or something, because this idea of partnership comes up a lot, and there's also a lot of ideas around financial stability or financial abundance and success. Um, I love the Knight of Cups, especially after the Queen and King of Cups energy. The Knight of Cups is about action, as all knights are, but this is a knight that will take action in terms of love, in terms of emotion, in terms of offering themselves up to you, be honest with you, being emotionally available. There we go. Being emotionally available, which was what we were talking about. You were feeling frustration around. So you want that emotional availability. This person has it. This person will offer that. Um, and this person's a planner. This person's a, like, they feel like a doer. They feel like somebody who has a lot of vision and who has also the patience to stick with it and to like make that vision a reality. So this person is someone who looks towards the future. This is somebody who might come to you with these ideas of future planning. They might want to talk to you about like how many kids you want to have and stuff like that. There's a lot of this earth energy here. So they're going to be really concerned with like your home life and like what kind of life you can create together, and somebody who's wanting to plan and to lay down some like lay down a solid foundation. Let's look at some of your oracle cards. So right in the middle, thriving. I feel like right under all this crystals energy, this pentacles energy, this relationship is, it's something that will thrive. It's something that really has a lot of viability to it, a lot of substance. It feels like, again, this idea of financial security keeps coming into it. So this is somebody who is wealthy or who's going to be. And this could be your energy too. You might really have a good thing going for you. And like the two of you are going to come together to create a lot of abundance. But it just feels like you will thrive. You will blossom together. You will grow something together. You will bring what the two of you have grown separately together to create a lot of abundance. And I've talked about the new moon in Cancer. We were kind of discussing this before. This idea that you have been in connections where people are not emotionally available. This is what emotional. I'm making up words just for year number 4. This is what emotional availability looks like. You and your loved ones are safe. We kind of touched on that. It's like you wanted to let your partners know that they were safe to express to you, that they were safe to be emotionally available with you. And it just sometimes didn't seem like it worked in your favor. Well, this is a relationship where you can feel that way and they can feel that way. You can be really open to each other. So you make each other feel safe enough to open up. If this is a past connection, this is like a sign that the two of you are moving to this place. You're moving to an area where you can get that emotional availability that might have been lacking before. Um, I think that this looks really sustainable. I just want to say that it looks very sustainable. It looks very viable. It looks like it has life. Like it just has so much. potential and so much stability to it. Um, the intensity of the emotional connection might be a bit much for you. Even the fact that you had so many messages come out, like even just looking at all these cards, I'm kind of overwhelmed, I'll be honest. Like I'm kind of overwhelmed with so how many messages came out for you. And that might be just kind of a feeling that you have in this connection. It might be a little overwhelming to you. It might be that all of this emotional availability or the depth of this connection is overwhelming to you. Um, that can happen. I feel with this regret card, like for a lot of you, this is a past relationship, and I think that you may regret how things have played out in the past, or this person might regret how they acted or how things played out in the past. Um, and that can be like even if this is not a past relationship you're getting back into, I feel like your thoughts are traveling a lot to how things played out in the past. So this might be that you're just feeling maybe a little bit out of your element with all of this lovers kind of energy, and you're just looking back. There's just a feeling of like there might be a tendency to look back and to look at, um, I know what it is. And this isn't for everyone. This connection does feel really beautiful and like it has so much potential, but there is something jumping out at me, and it's like there are fears from the past that could kind of muddy the waters here for both of you. You might both have a tendency to do this. So, in this connection, there might be a tendency to look for problems where there aren't any, to kind of look to find that past energy, that like that never ending story energy, that like, oh, here we go again type of thing. There might be a tendency to do that. And I think from what I'm seeing here, there's no monsters under the bed. That's what I want to say. If you have that feeling like you really just, like you're getting so scared, it seems too perfect, you're looking for the problem, you're looking for the next shoe to drop, it's not there. But you can feel a lot of these old fears kind of creeping up. The key here is to trust that you're safe in this connection. And I think that's where this new moon and Cancer energy is coming from. Both of you will need to trust that you're safe here, even though things have been hard in the past and things have not felt very safe in the past. You're going to be safe in this relationship. It feels like there's a lot of mental energy here, a lot of maybe even mental anguish going on, a lot of worrying with all of these cards here. All of this is very head focused energy. A lot going on in the mental world. I feel like a lot of you. Oh yeah, I'm just hearing headache. You get in your head about this connection more than you need to, most likely. And this person might do the same thing. I don't know whose energy this is that I'm picking up on. You found this reading, I think, to put your mind at ease a little bit, because you can literally give yourself a headache worrying about this and trying to figure out how it might not be what it seems like it is, but it is. It's fine. This be bold and make the first move. This could be you or your person. It kind of depends on your personality here, who's going to be bold. You might find yourself being more bold in this connection, but you know what's underneath that and what's more important is that this is a message of like, it's a go ahead. It's like it's giving you the go ahead. And I think that that really is what needs to settle this mental energy around this, is like you have the go ahead. The path is clear when it comes to this connection. So don't be so focused on how things went wrong in the past. Let this be what it is. If this is yeah, I'm just hearing repeat, repeat, repeat. Oh my gosh, you guys, you have so many messages coming through. So if this is a connection that you were in the past, that might be why you are so focused on how things happened before, because it might be difficult for you to realize that this person is changed, that it's not going to play out the same way. But you have the go ahead here to trust this. You have the message here that you are safe. So don't be so caught up in how they used to be and what they used to do. Let the new them kind of reveal itself to you. We also have this daydream and this confusion card here. Like I said, you're in your head a lot about this. and you might be confused, especially if this is someone who's showing up a different way than they ever have before. You might find yourself being a little bit confused. I think that this person, like if you're just meeting this person, you will find yourself daydreaming hardcore about this person. I don't mean nasty. That might have sounded like I meant nasty daydreams. That's not what I meant, but that might be what it is. These are intense daydreams, like to the point where you forget where you are. Like you can go into a whole nother world. And I think that yeah, there's a lot of confusion around this. I think for a lot of different reasons, but there is I think that the idea that you're so lost in this person that you can lose yourself like that scares you a little bit, confuses you. Like you don't even know, um, it's foreign. You don't really know how they're doing that to you, like how they're in your head all the time. But there is a feeling of like, trust this, trust this. Let me get you some advice. Ooh. Okay. I always try to pay attention to how the cards shuffle, and they were kind of like doing a weird split thing. I think that there is a sense of confusion and maybe being like split-minded when it comes to some of this, if that makes any sense. I think it is. It's confusing to you because it's foreign. That's the only reason. I am the dreamer of my dream. We were just talking about daydreams, so yeah. You're lost in thought about this person. You're lost in imagining like how this can go and how good this can be. And then I think there's a little bit of confusion about why they are in your head so much. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. I think there is. You might want to like kind of meditate or settle down. That might be the advice there. That owl and the card looks so peaceful. I do think this connection is going to get in your head a little bit, kind of scare you a little bit, but it's like there's nothing to be afraid of. I think you're more afraid of the past than the future. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Hey, yes, you guys. That reminds me so much of, I think, reading 3, so you might want to check it out. But yeah, you need to just get into this peaceful place when it comes to this connection, because I think it's a peaceful place for you to be. Like, it's okay. You are safe here. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Yep. Yep. These are all messages for you to take with you in this, and make sure that your focus is in the right place. Don't focus on the problems, the potential problems, the problems that are new there. Don't do that. This feels like something that can be trusted, and this person feels really, really, really stable. Tall. I'm hearing that for some of you. I don't know why that just came through, but for some of you, this person is pretty tall, or taller than you, or taller than average. I don't know. Odd little tidbit of information there, but that might be relevant to some of you. So I think I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If any of this resonated, if you liked this reading, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will hopefully see you again really soon in another reading. Bye.